Hello everyone and welcome to today's presentation on collections in C Sharp. My goal is to provide you with a clear understanding of what collections are and how we can use them effectively in our C Sharp programs. Collections are essential tools that allow us to manage groups of objects, and C Sharp provides a variety of collection types to suit different needs. Let's dive in. Before we dive into each collection, let's take a quick overview of what we will be covering today. We will compare array list and list, look at dictionary for key value pair storage, and explore the queue and stack collections for different ordering strategies. We will also discuss the HashSet, which ensure unique elements in a collection. Let's break this down one by one. What are collections? In C Sharp, collections are structures that hold multiple objects. They give us more flexibility than arrays and come in two flavors, non-generic collections and generic collections. We will focus on generic collections since they allow us to define a type, which brings both safety and performance benefits. The array list is a non-generic collection, meaning it can hold any type of object, but that brings certain issues such as performance hits due to boxing and unboxing. On the other hand, a list is a generic collection, meaning it's type safe, more efficient, and should be the go-to choice for working with lists of objects in modern C Sharp. Here is an example of array list and list and how we can add some items to them or remove it. Another essential collection is the dictionary. It's ideal for scenarios where we need to store key value pairs, like mapping a person's name to their age, and this collection is great for fast lookups based on a unique key. We also have queue and stack, both of which are commonly used for processing items in different orders. A queue works on a first in, first out basis, while a stack works last in, first out. Think of a queue as people lining up for cafe, and a stack like a pile of plates, where the last one placed on top is the first one to be used. The HashSet is a unique collection type. It ensures that no duplicate items are added. It's also unordered, meaning there is no guarantee of the item's sequence. This is ideal when you need to maintain a collection of unique elements. To wrap things up, collections provide efficient and powerful ways to store and manage data in C Sharp. Depending on the use case, you will choose the collection that best fits your needs. And there are also many other collections like sorted list, linked list, and more that you can explore. Okay, now let's switch to Visual Studio and see these examples in action. Okay, I've created my project, and in this scenario, we will create a task management system that use different collections to handle different functionalities. So let's start with a list to store tasks. And let me define a list. For example, I want to create this list of integers. And list allows us to easily add, remove, and iterate through tasks. And here, let me add some items to our list. For example, 100. And in lists, you can add repeated item too. And for example, again, I added 100. Okay, let's set a breakpoint here and run our application to see the result. Okay, as you can see here, after we have added 2 items to our list, there is 2 items. First is 1 and the second item is 100 as we expected. And now if you want to remove items from your list, you can simply use remove. Here we don't have 0, but I want to remove 1. So now let's set it here. Here after remove, as you can see, nothing happened. Okay, here it removed 1 number, and we just have 2 items in our list because we remove the first one. And it was about list. Let me comment it. And okay, now let's add a deadline to our tasks using a dictionary. And for creating dictionary, you have to use dictionary keyword. And I want to use string for key. And no. Daytime as a value. And yeah. Okay, for adding items to your dictionary, you can use add method like our list. And for example, I want to add a C# presentation new daytime. For example, now let's add another item here. For example, I want to, for example, food here. And that's it. This allows us to map each task with its key. For example, we can see that complete C# presentation is due on the 9th, and food is due on the 20th. And this key value pairs structure is great for fast lookups and managing relationships between tasks and their deadlines. Let's set the breakpoint and run the application. Okay, we have build error. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Another time. Let's define another dictionary. String daytime dictionary add show presentation and new data. Let me see the result. Oh, I think it was because of this quotation marks. I used single quotation mark, but I had to use double quotation mark. So let's create another item with another title. For example, going to gym. Let's set the breakpoint here. Okay, another one exception. Oh, okay. Online. Okay. Here, if we go forward, we can see in this dictionary we have two items. The first one is C# presentation with this deadline, and the second one is going to gym with this deadline. And it was about dictionaries, and let me comment this part and remove this breakpoint. And now I want to talk about queue. We want to use a queue to manage tasks in the order they should be completed. And this queue following a first in first out approach. And for creating a queue, I want to have string, and then if you want to add something in your queue, you can use enqueue and use whatever you want. For example, my name, and add another one. I don't know what. For example, and then if you want to take the queue items, you can use queue dequeue. But this dequeue method is, for example, we have a queue, and the first item that were added will be the first item will be taken. So in this method, it takes the first item that were added, but after that, it remove that item. So we can have it in a variable, and we can use while loop and say whenever queue count is greater than 0, just remove the first item and move forward. So let's set the breakpoint here and run the application. Okay, here you can see we have first item and Raity is added successfully, and then we have two items, and second one is this name that we added. And in our while loop, in the first iterate, it returns Raity because it was the first item, and in the next iteration we have Oli as we expected, and it remove the items. after it returns. And it was about Q. And now I want to talk about the stack. Let's consider the stack collection for undo operation, and this follows a last in first out approach in the opposite of Q. For example, let's define integers of stack. Stacks of integer, and then if you want to add something in your stack, you can use push method. For example, I want to push 42 and then push something else. And if you want to remove items from your stack, you can easily pop it. Pop works like a DQ method. After it returns the item, then it removes that item. So, stack up. And here we can use while loop too. Let's see the result. Let's set a breakpoint. Okay, here we have a stack with two items. The first one is 28 and the second one is 42. And in this while loop, here it returns 28 because it was the last item, and it follows last in first out approach. So in next iteration we can see 42, and it was stack. And let's see the last collection, HashSet. Lastly, we will use HashSet to manage task categories. The key feature of a HashSet is that it ensures no duplicates. So if we accidentally try to add personal, for example, personal string twice or something else, it won't appear multiple times. And this is very useful when categorizing tasks to avoid duplicates. So let's create a HashSet. And I want to call it HashSet. And here I want to add, for example, I don't know, C#, and add another item, for example, Java. And if I try to add Java again, you will see it won't appear. Let's set a breakpoint here. Okay. As you can see, this Java just shows once, and because of this HashSet feature, you cannot add twice or add some repeated items. And okay, that's it. That was all about collections, and thank you for attending, and I'm happy to answer any questions, and have a nice day. Bye everyone.